I saw a Craigslist ad last spring that promised unimaginable pay for minimal effort, saying house sitter needed for secluded estate, and my desperation instantly overshadowed any common sense, blinding me completely. The listing detailed an isolated mansion miles beyond the nearest town, requiring no special skills, only discretion and the willingness to stay utterly alone for a full month, which felt profoundly unsettling. The provided address led me down a forgotten, overgrown gravel road, eventually revealing an imposing, dilapidated Victorian house, shrouded in dense, ancient trees, its dark windows like vacant, staring eyes. A brief, unsettling email arrived with a lockbox code and vague instructions about maintaining the property, never mentioning any specific tasks, which struck me as extraordinarily peculiar and deeply unnerving. Inside, the air was heavy with the scent of decay and dust. The vast rooms filled with draped furniture resembling shrouded figures, and every creak echoed through the oppressive, silent emptiness surrounding me. My first night there felt like an eternity. Floorboards groaned upstairs as if someone walked unseen. Shadows danced menacingly at the periphery of my vision, and the silence pressed down, suffocating me. A rule from the email stated, "Never enter the master bedroom on the second floor," a command I dismissed initially as eccentric, but its strictness soon began to gnaw at my fragile peace. Curiosity gnawed at me with each passing day. The forbidden room became a magnetic focal point, drawing my anxious thoughts towards its veiled secrets, its mysteries silently beckoning my fearful soul. I started hearing faint, almost imperceptible whispers emanating from behind that locked door, just barely audible above the house's mournful creaks, making my blood run cold with unspoken dread. The whispers grew clearer each night, sometimes sounding like choked sobs, other times like agonizing pleas, turning my isolated refuge into a chilling prison of unimaginable, pervasive psychological torment. One particularly horrifying evening, I distinctively heard my own name being murmured from behind that cursed door, a distorted, guttural voice repeating it slowly, sending profound shivers down my spine. My heart pounded against my ribs like a trapped bird as I finally, impulsively approached the forbidden door, my hand shaking uncontrollably, driven by a desperate, terror-fueled need for understanding. The doorknob turned without resistance, clicking softly, revealing only profound, inky blackness beyond the threshold, a suffocating void that seemed to swallow all light and hope entirely. I slowly pushed the door open wider, my breath hitching in my throat, and a putrid, sickening stench immediately assaulted my senses, a smell like stagnant water mixed with something truly unspeakable. A faint, unnatural glow then pulsed from within the abyssal darkness, revealing grotesque, decaying effigies hanging from the ceiling, their vacant eyes seemingly following my every horrified movement. These macabre figures, resembling crudely stitched human forms, swayed gently in an unseen draft, their presence emanating an ancient, malevolent energy that chilled me to my very core instantly. Below them, scattered ritualistic symbols were scrawled onto the dusty floorboards in what looked disturbingly like dried blood, forming an unholy altar for some unfathomable, dark purpose. Suddenly, the faint glow intensified, revealing a frail, desiccated hand reaching out from beneath a pile of old sheets in the corner, its bony fingers twitching with horrifying, unnatural life. A choked gasp escaped my lips as I stumbled backward, the reality of the horror before me crashing down, realizing I was not alone in this desolate, cursed place at all. The whispers from before now coalesced into a single agonizing moan that filled the room, reverberating through my very bones, threatening to shatter my sanity into a million pieces. I sprinted from that room, down the stairs and out the front door, not bothering to retrieve my meager belongings, my only thought being desperate, instinctual escape from that pervasive evil. The gravel road felt endless beneath my bare feet, the forest oppressive and watchful, every rustle of leaves sounding like a pursuing monster, chasing me relentlessly through the terrifying darkness. I drove for hours until daylight broke, pulling over roadside, shaking uncontrollably, knowing that some shadows could never truly be outrun, forever etched into my terrified mind. That Craigslist job promised easy money, but instead delivered a haunting nightmare, a chilling encounter with true malevolence that I will carry in my soul until my very last shuddering breath. The Craigslist ad read, "Creative assistant wanted, unique opportunity, secluded studio, promising an exhilarating escape from my dead-end graphic design job, igniting a dangerous spark within my imagination." It offered an exorbitant weekly salary for discretionary creative support to an unnamed artist living deep in the Appalachian Mountains, a vague description that felt both intriguing and profoundly unsettling. My interview was a video call with a gaunt man named Silas, his face mostly obscured by shadows, his voice a low, gravelly rasp, who seemed to watch me with an unnerving, calculating intensity. He emphasized the need for absolute secrecy and unquestioning obedience, rules that sent a prickle of unease down my spine. But the lure of the money and artistic challenge blinded me. The isolated studio itself was a converted old church, its stained glass windows painted black, preventing any light from entering, creating a perpetual, claustrophobic twilight within its ancient walls. Inside, the air hung heavy with the cloying scent of turpentine and something else, something metallic and faintly organic, a smell that subtly twisted my stomach with growing, sickening apprehension. Silas worked on huge, unsettling sculptures from bizarre, unidentifiable materials, often shrouded under tarps, never fully revealing his projects, deepening the pervasive, growing sense of mystery. My tasks were mostly mundane, cleaning brushes, preparing canvases, arranging tools. But sometimes, Silas would ask me to retrieve peculiar items from a locked, dust-filled storage room. These items included dried animal bones, strange, brittle fibers, and small leather-bound books filled with cryptic symbols, objects that pulsed with a faint, unsettling, indefinable energy. Silas always watched me carefully as I handled these artifacts, his piercing eyes unblinking, his demeanor utterly devoid of warmth, intensifying the profound, creeping sense of dread within me. I sometimes heard faint, rhythmic thumping sounds from a hidden room behind a heavy curtained archway in the studio, a sound that resonated deep within my chest, unnerving me profoundly. Silas strictly forbade me from ever approaching that archway, a rule he delivered with an uncharacteristic sharpness that made my blood run cold, confirming my worst burgeoning suspicions.
One stormy night, the power flickered and died, plunging the vast studio into absolute darkness, save for the weak beam of my emergency flashlight, amplifying my profound isolation. In the sudden, profound silence, the rhythmic thumping from behind the curtained archway grew louder, more insistent, a wet, sickening sound that filled the cavernous space with dread. Overcome by a desperate, self-destructive curiosity, I slowly edged towards the archway, my heart pounding a frantic rhythm against my ribs, dread pooling in the pit of my anxious stomach. I pulled back the heavy velvet, revealing a small, dank chamber, completely empty, save for a rusted metal table and a deep, unsettlingly pristine drain on the stone floor.
On the table lay a selection of Silas's bizarre tools, but among them sat something truly horrifying, A gleaming, sharp bone saw, meticulously wiped clean of any residue. And then I saw it. Partially hidden beneath the table was a large, blood-stained tarp, its edges crudely secured, unmistakably concealing something unidentifiable and profoundly sinister. A faint, putrid smell of iron and decay emanated from beneath the tarp, making my stomach clench violently, confirming my deepest, most horrifying fears about Silas's true artistic medium. Suddenly, a chilling, guttural groan echoed from somewhere close by, sending a jolt of pure, primal terror through my entire body, paralyzing me with profound, inescapable dread. I stumbled back, pushing the velvet curtain shut with trembling hands, sprinting blindly from that cursed studio, the horrifying image of the bone saw forever seared into my brain. I didn't stop until I reached my car, driving frantically through the oppressive fog-laden mountain roads, every shadow transforming into Silas's gaunt, watchful face pursuing me. My phone died halfway down the mountain, leaving me stranded in absolute darkness, the terrifying echoes of that hidden room resounding in my mind, an inescapable, chilling symphony. That unique opportunity nearly cost me my life, forever tainting any creative pursuit with a terrifying shadow, a harrowing reminder of true evil lurking beneath seemingly promising surface.